was good. Welcome back, baby.
For some reason, we did the NFL intro, but we're not going to be talking about the NFL. We're done with that now. We're going to talk about college. Not college football, but our college. I'm dripped down in the Illini
You
gear
are
today.
dripped down in the Illini
Marco,
gear.
can you let the people know why, in case they didn't know? It's because we have a fucking football team on our hands.
There was champagne pouring in champagne. There were people yelling from the rooftops. There were drunk people all over the place. Saturday was a great day to be a Fighting Illini.
And don't get us wrong, that's how Champaign always is, but it's
Fair.
a lot more electric when your team goes to number 7, runs for the most yards anybody's ever run at that stadium as a Big Ten opponent.
Yes.
And then we go into an historic 9 overtimes, and KC Washington wearing the only different colored gloves on the team. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Everyone else was wearing blue. He didn't have blue gloves that were broken in, so he wore white. And those white gloves will be sitting in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Are they actually?
Yep, they've sent it to the College Football Hall of Fame because
it was
9 overtimes is the longest college football game ever. Obviously,
Yeah.
they just changed the rules, so that's how we got there. But
Wow.
I had criticized Brett Bielema for his decisions on 4th downs and stuff like that before, and I think he played with a little bit more balls this week.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
Going into the week, bringing up that whole roster discussion, I don't know if you heard about that, the way he kind of like pseudo-dissed his linemen, people thought, but he was more or less dissing Lovie Smith for how well he built the lineman room. So he kind of dissed them, but to show the world that he wasn't dissing the players. He put all of his linemen that he's willing to use out there in the game on one play. There was 9 linemen, 1 quarterback, 1 running back.
I love all the memes in about that.
Football,
Big
baby.
Ten running football. That's how dudes 40 years ago were playing, 50 years ago.
You know what that is, and that's something that I don't know if I was talking to you
football.
about that or if I was talking to Julian on the couch about this, but I miss the days in football where certain plays would pop up, certain situations, and defenses know what the offense is running, or even vice versa, the offense knows what the defense is running, and you look at the other guy in the eye and you say, you know what I'm doing,
Let's do it better, yeah.
Let's bang. QB sneaks, I think more teams need it. Like when you're at the half-yard line, QB sneak it. Who cares if the defense knows what you're doing? Fucking have your lineman push theirs back.
Yeah.
Illinois is like, we're running this bitch. Stop us.
Yeah, it's a battle of the trenches. I mean, that's what it is with the fucking. You got my big guys against your big guys. Let's see who wins.
Yeah, I think the culture that he built doing that, coming out and talking about the team the way he did, I think the culture he built willing to run plays and being like, you know what, this is what's working. This is going to get us the win. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah.
And just like the guts they showed to keep battling.
I mean, to last 9 overtime games, like that takes a lot of grit. That takes a lot of passion. Like respect to the fucking Fighting Illini football team.
I'll say this right now: if you watch the recap, the Illinois defense had to make tougher plays than the Penn State defense to keep those overtime going. Meaning Illinois ran some plays that were like they weren't going to work. They ran a handoff to the left. He got stuffed right away. Brandon Peters threw one into the student section. Like there were plays off for Penn State in those overtimes.
Yeah.
Every play, other than the stupid Philly special they tried to run where the quarterback dropped it, Illinois had to make like an impressive defensive stop. Like you got a guy lunging into the end zone and you have to stop him in his tracks because he's an inch away. There was 3-4 times where Penn State was an inch away from winning.
Yeah, our boys clutched the fuck up. Our boys clutched the fuck up.
And that was crazy to see.
Yeah.
And you know what the craziest part about that game was? Is that we can sit here and talk about it all day. It's the thing everybody's talking about in Illinois. But that night was also the first men's basketball game. Granted, it was exhibition. But it was the first time the guys got to play in front of fans since 2 years ago.
It was pretty. So before we talk about that, okay, I just want to give my kudos to Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
He's an
NFL running back.
Was a fucking dog.
He was an NFL running back.
I mean, honestly, shit, he runs with the passion and determination that a running back should have.
The passion, the determination, the speed, the agility, the strength.
The
man has 200-yard games in one season. 2 of them. Illinois football has always run the football, and only 2 other guys have done that. Rashard Mendenhall, and I fucking forget the other name. I think it's Dana Howard. I could be wrong, but it's legendary names. Guys who have either played in the NFL for 10 years, or you can't be an Illini and not know their name. Yeah. So Chase Brown enjoys elite company.
So yeah, Chase Brown is gonna go down as one of the better Illini running backs in history.
He's amazing.
Yeah. So now, but shifting gears really quickly. Yes. This was the first time that the Fighting Illini basketball team has had fans.
This is the first
my
time,
freshman year.
This is the first time, I like saying it this way, Andre Curbelo has played in front of Illini fans.
Oh, wow, yeah, I forget. He's a year younger than
That
me.
was the technical debut of El Mago.
Actually, no. Andre Cabello is my age. No, he's a year younger.
He's a year younger than
He's a year younger.
Kofi's your age.
Yeah.
And then Ayo's my age.
Yeah.
That's
But, dude, that game was fucking electric. So, it was an exhibition game against St. Francis, right? And we're both now very involved in the sports world and Fighting Illini.
Yeah, so we had covered this in one of our old podcasts. If you didn't know, I'm in sports marketing, so I have a huge hand in everything that happens. And then another player that has a huge hand in what happens is Orange Crush.
Yeah, Orange Crush is the student section at the Fighting Illini basketball games, and so I am a Captain Crush, or Orange Crush captain.
There you go.
Captain Crush.
Captain Crush.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crush.
Ooh, put that on a cereal box. Orange and blue.
Okay, I'm gonna work on that. Actually,
That's gonna be
we're
kinda
gonna have
dope.
some marketing material,
But
that comes out from a.
So
line.
I am part of the team that's supposed to kind of get the energy going, get everybody hyped. You know, the student section is supposed to be the fucking heart and soul of the fucking basketball team. And
they really are at U of I.
Dude, honestly, I was surprised at the amount of people at this. It's an exhibition game, right?
Yes.
Against St. Francis, it's not a big name, and we had that student section filled.
Yes.
Student section was completely filled, and we were talking shit. Like Coach Ryan for St. Francis was fucking getting his ass handed to him. All the players.
The fact that he knows the other coach's name.
Oh yeah, we were.
That's how you know they're on their ass.
We were on, bro. There were kids yelling at him, like just like pulling up random stats. Like I know, like I don't know. It was insane, and the chance our team looked great.
So
our team looked amazing.
I don't even know if there's even like an official way to look it up other than going to the Fighting Illini website. So the game ended 101-34. Now, St. Francis is an NAIA team. They don't play in the tournaments. They're like, I don't know if they're pseudo D1 or anything like that. Jalen Moore, one of our friends from high school, Miguel's brother, my former roommate, he went to St. Francis, and I tweeted out after Illinois won football that we still have a basketball game. He tried to chirp back that St. Francis is going to win tonight, and I joked that it's exhibition for a reason. We were already up by 30 at halftime. So, it was one of those games where, St. Francis was just happy to be playing the caliber of a team that Illinois is, and Illinois was happy to be out here dunking.
I mean, honestly, I think they were just overwhelmed by by a Big Ten atmosphere. Like, obviously, and it wasn't even a regular season game.
No.
Like, honestly, the energy in that at State Farm Center was crazy.
So, our next, this Friday, we have another exhibition game.
Yes.
And there's only 500 tickets left as of 5 hours ago. So they might be sold out.
So they might be sold out by now.
There's 500 tickets left in all of State Farm Center for an exhibition game.
Yes.
This, as a marketing guy, this is making me drool. It's making me, horny. Because,
it's sexy.
When your team wins and your team's that good, you know who has the easiest job? We always say this, in our marketing thing. Whoever markets Alabama football has the easiest job.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
Because everybody knows everything about Alabama, even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
So Illinois basketball is getting to that. We have Kofi, the preseason Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yep, and then you got Andre Cabello, another first team
selection.
For the Big Ten
in a lot of things, you have Kofi either the best or second best player in the nation.
Yes.
Andre Cabello's top 15 in all the ones I've seen.
Yep.
Trent's top 65 in all the one I've seen.
Yeah, Trent's a dog.
Trent Frazier won the Defensive Player of the Year for preseason. It was a fan poll.
Yeah.
So Illinois Twitter and Illinois social media is actually very, very good. We're very active, our fans. Shout out to our social media department. Shout out to David Cron and Paige for going crazy on that. But I got to shout out my people.
Shout out the people. Yeah, you have to shout out the people.
So we definitely have a crazy one. So he was voted preseason Defensive Player of the Year. He was included in the graphic though, so he's a legitimate candidate for it, not just a fan.
No, I mean Trent Frazier's a fucking great defensive player. I mean he was on the first team Big Ten defense last year.
Yeah.
So he's a dog. And then DeMonte Williams.
DeMonte's returning. That's a huge glue guy.
Huge. And then Jacob Grandison.
He should be. I think he's going to start.
Yes, I also agree.
At least in the beginning.
And then plus, dude, RJ Melendez looked great.
RJ, yeah. He looked smooth. He looked like he liked being around the rim. He looked like he liked shooting. Yeah. He looked like he wanted to put that.
That fucking 7 foot dude. I forget his first name, but Lee.
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee, great. Poshensky.
Podzemski.
How do you pronounce it?
Podzemski.
Podzemski.
So you do the Podge, and then go into an M. It's an M.
Podzemski. Yeah, he's a dog. He can play.
He's a dog. He's just a freshman too.
Yeah, exactly.
He won Mr. Wisconsin. He averaged 34.
So I was gonna say like
Luke Goody
Luke Goody
is going
to
be our best freshman, I think, at least early on. And he looks like he has the biggest role.
I think RJ Melendez RJ looks good, bro.
RJ looks good, but my thing is that it looked like Luke Goody had a actual role because he was the first guy kind of off the bench type of thing. Like they look like they want him on the floor because he's a tall, like shooting wing, and that's kind of exactly what you need when you got Curbelo and Kofi already on the floor.
That is true. Well, what the point that I was gonna get to is this. Obviously, our starting lineup is great. Yeah. We have two of the best players, and then you have obviously everybody else we named. Coleman Hoskins,
huge year from him.
Bosman Verdon's.
Yeah.
He's a great player. Like I think we have one of the deepest teams in the country.
And you know what I like?
Like our bench is crazy.
This is a Brad Underwood signature. Is that the depth? A lot of teams will be able to get guard depth. Guard is one of the easiest positions to get depth. Some teams have that 2-3 center rotation. What Underwood does, and what I really like, is that he gets wing depth.
Yes,
he gets the guys who are long and in the middle of the game when you don't necessarily need to go on your own run. You just need to make sure the other team doesn't. While Curbelo and the guys get up, these guys are going to come in and just be big.
I was gonna say, dude, we got some big motherfuckers. Like we have a long ass
the
team.
Fucking Bucks.
Yes, we have a long. Obviously, we have our Trent Frazier, Andre Curbelo, but like besides everybody else,
even then, Trent's got like long ass arms and
yes.
Curbelo's
Andre Curbelo is.
Curbelo's our small guy, but there's a I was gonna say. You let him do what he does.
Yeah, like he's a fucking dog. This team is fucking great, and it's just like watching this preseason game had me so fucking excited for the first season. And then we'll be back at State Farm Center Friday to watch the game.
I'm questionable right now. I'm definitely going to be there at least early. I have to take care of Grange Grove because it's Dad's weekend, military appreciation weekend. So I got football responsibilities that are more important.
But I won't be at the basketball game.
Yeah. So that's going to be electric. Illinois is absolutely elite right now. It's absolutely electric. It's Halloween weekend.
Natty season.
It's Natty season. I really think so.
I think so.
And I think a lot of Natties are getting pounded this weekend. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.